Hi guys, Justin here. Today I'm going to be looking at the Cadence ES from SF Yoyos and the BMC from SF Yoyos in Zipline.
This video is for Lily. Hi Lily.
This is the Cadence ES, which is the latest iteration of the Cadence Yo-Yo line. And this is the BMC, which is the prototype version of the Cadence. This was also designed by SF Yoyos, but it was distributed by Zipline Strings. Right away, the finish on these is a little bit different, with the Cadence ES being a little bit shinier, and the BMC having this nice blast finish. Neither one of these have any harsh edges or sharpness to them, which makes them feel nice to hold in the hand. And they are both made out of 7068 aluminum. The BMC is slightly heavier than the Cadence ES by about a gram. Other than the finish, if you put them side by side, you probably wouldn't be able to tell which one is which just by a quick glance.
I'm going to string these up, take them through a few tricks, and see how they compare and contrast with one another. The music you're hearing in the background is by Timid. Check out his SoundCloud in the description below. During Cold Fusion to Kamikaze on first throw, you can definitely tell that the BMC is heavier than the Cadence ES. The Cadence ES seems a bit easier to maneuver, and the BMC seems more powerful. On Skid and Dribble, despite the BMC feeling heavier, I didn't feel like it was significantly more difficult to move, and they both move fast. The Cadence ES seems like it might be a bit less stable, but only slightly. On Bouncy Castle, the Cadence ES feels a bit faster. The BMC was a bit slower and bounced a little heavier, but not in a bad way. It felt more relaxed. On Calypso, they both felt very similar other than the finish. The catch zone design works very well for finger grinds. On fingerspin, I found the Cadence ES to be slightly less wobbly when parallel to the ground. That said, both of them wobbled because there is no fingerspin dimple. During horizontal, I found both of these very comparable in terms of getting them back to my hand. The BMC feels a little bit more stable during the horizontal.
Here are my final thoughts on the Cadence ES and the BMC. For spin time on the string, I might give the edge to the BMC. They both have good spin time, great spin time, but the BMC feels like it might just pack a little bit more power that keeps it going a little bit longer. For stability, I think the BMC edges out the Cadence ES slightly. For weight on the string, the Cadence ES feels a little bit lighter than the BMC does. You can definitely feel the weight on the BMC. For gap width and response, I felt like they were both pretty identical. I didn't have any issues with snags or slips on either one of these. For movability, in terms of how much force it takes to move the yo-yo on the string, the Cadence ES definitely is easier to move. On the throw down, the BMC feels like it wants to play a little bit slower, but it can be pushed. For catchability and the precision required to play with these yo-yos, I would say that they are on par with one another, with there being very slight differences between them, but not enough to make one more catchable than the other. In conclusion, here are the questions we have to ask. If I have neither one of these, which one should I buy? And the answer is not necessarily that simple. If you want something a little bit heavier feeling, a little bit more powerful in the string, I would say the BMC is the way to go. If you want something faster and lighter, go with the Cadence ES. For my tastes, I think I prefer the Cadence ES ever so slightly, but I do enjoy both of these quite a bit. Also, I really like the finish on the BMC. These are both extremely high quality yo-yos and great players. The other question is, if I have one, should I get the other? And again, I don't really have a solid answer for you. They look similar, but there are differences in play that might make one more suitable for certain tricks than another. I don't think you would find one to be a direct replacement for the other necessarily. I think that you could get both of these and not feel like you have two of the exact same yo-yo. Those are my thoughts on the Cadence ES from SF Yoyos and the BMC from Zipline and SF Yoyos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.